Welcome to the Hilton Head Livin podcast. I am your host, OT Gibbons. Our mission with all of our content is to make sure you get the most out of your time in Hilton Head. All the best places to go, all the biggest events going on, and everything you need to know to get the most out of your time on the island. I am joined as always by the star of our content, my beautiful wife and co-host, Jessica Gibbons. How you doing, Jess?
Hi.
All right, on this week's episode of the podcast, we're going to be talking about what's going on in Hilton Head this weekend. We're going to be talking about our favorite new thing that we tried last week. And as always, we are going to answer the people. But before we get to all that, Jess, I know you had some cool stuff to talk about, so why don't we recap it?
Yeah, I went to the Spartina 449 warehouse sale for the first time. Oh my goodness, if you haven't been, you need to go because it was so good. I'm not gonna lie, as a first timer, a little overwhelming because there is so much stuff. But I now know for next year, so I even wish I was able to go back and shop some more after I left. And I technically could have because there's a couple days of it, but we just didn't have time. So we're ready for next year. I'm already excited for next year. I got a bunch of good stuff still. Like I got this dress, all the dresses, only $40. I love their dresses. I got the necklace that I had been eyeing at the store for basically half off. So I was really excited about that. If it wasn't there, I was going to go back to the store and get it because I love it that much. There's so much good stuff, so many good gifts for the future. Your gift closet, I realized this afterwards too. Like there's tons of little notebooks, notepads, pens, pencils, tons of cups, tons of purses, what they're known for, their accessories. So their purses, I got one for $15. Like that's a great gift closet buy too. And I was really proud of myself for only getting one bag. There were so many and so many good ones, but I already have so many bags. So I was proud of myself to just sticking to one. And I think because too, I was so overwhelmed. I don't know, next year I might be in trouble because now I know to kind of take my time. I've been before. I know what to expect. So next year is probably going to be much more dangerous. And your mom, who I took with me, she got a ton of stuff too. She got a lot for her closets, guest closets. She got a bunch of towels and she got cups for when guests come. She got a bag, a beach bag, and she got like file folders. They have so much good stuff. You just have to go to see it.
I was told that I was lucky she only got one bag, and my mom told me that her guest room is now a hotel. But okay, let's talk about the event. What tips would you have for somebody going next year? How was, for example, the parking? I know I had seen some stuff on their Instagram about they had some golf carts out to help people get from the parking lot to the gate. How was the checkout? Like, what would you do differently next year? What was better? What advice would you give?
They have it down packed, as there's like 2,000 volunteers that help out, and they did a great job with giving you directions of how to get there. You do have to park a little further away from the entrance, but that's more of just the way the layout is for the high school. But they do have a golf cart to help you get there. Or some people, they bought luggage and stuff or had heavier items. So they'll help you to or from your car with that. The check-in was seamless. They had a bunch of people there. And then the checkout, they have a ton of checkout. And they do have a way for you to go through the lines. It's very organized. There's lots of people there. Restocking are there to help you or to ask questions. Oh, they have little cabanas for you to change in. That's so nice. And there's like a mirror. There's a little chair in there. It's really cute. So they make that as quick as possible for you to get in and out of there. They do a really good job.
Yeah, so like for somebody nervous going to this event on like a Saturday or Sunday where it's, might be even busier than Thursday when you went, how does the check-in work? What kind of advice would you give on that?
So there is a line. You go through the front door and there's a line there and there's a table where they have people scanning. You get a ticket online, you scan it, and then they'll direct you to another line that goes into the gymnasium of the high school. And then they have signs at the very back, which they also tell you, they have people right when you walk into that give you a bag for your shopping. And then they'll let you know kind of where things are sectioned off. And then they also tell you at the very back is where you exit. There's another person standing there that then directs you to another room where they have the checkout in. So they're very good with directing you where to go. They also have in the very back of the gym, you can kind of hold your items there while you do more shopping. So if you're getting, like your mom did it, she had a whole bag full that was heavy, or people getting luggage or golf bags, you can place them in the back and they give you a little, I don't know exactly what it was, your mom. It was, ticket or a band, yeah, it was like a little band thing that has a number on it. And then at the very end, you give them to that, they give you your stuff to go check out.
And like, are the people pretty clear? It looked like from what I saw on Instagram that they were wearing like an outfit. Everybody working there was kind of pretty easily identifiable.
Yeah, they had green volunteer shirts on, the mermaid shirts on. So it was pretty clear to see who was a volunteer there.
And all the aisles and everything of like, if you were trying to find bags versus dresses and like what the discounts were is all pretty clearly like laid out and labeled kind of thing.
Yeah, it's very clear as to the sections what they are. And then they have signs because the pricing is different at each section. And it's color coded on some things. They have a little zip tie of color coded. So green was for the purses. Green was like only $15. And then like blue was maybe $20. So that was really neat too. So the prices weren't on the items. They had a sign color coded to match what the price was. Or for the clothing, they had shirts everything was the same price. Shirts were a certain amount, dresses were a certain amount, bottoms were a certain amount. So everything was just the same price. It makes it super easy.
And then you could hold your stuff and then check out. It seems like even from what we had been described, it seems like it was even more than you could imagine. It's like $1 million. Was it like was it like the handheld checkouts at like a restaurant, or were they like registers?
No, it was like a register.
So you'd like walk up, register, they'd scan the items, and wow, that sounds amazing. Sounds really good. You guys had a good time?
We had a great time, and like I said, they have this down packed. They're organized. They've been doing it for a while. You can tell they do a great job. So highly recommend, if you weren't able to go this year, definitely go next year.
All right, so if you missed the Spartina 449 sale, you got to go check out their store. It's amazing. The store on Hilton Head Island really is a work of art. It's incredible just to go see. It's in Shelter Cove. You got to go check it out. And then next year, you got to make it to the sale. But with that, now on to this weekend. What are some of the events happening this weekend in Hilton Head Island people need to know about, Jess?
Starting on the 17th, the Outside Tip Foundation is having their Keep the Broad Creek Clean Water Festival, which is basically a litter cleanup of the Broad Creek. And you can do it on kayaks. They have some to rent. Call ahead so that you'll be able to rent one. You can also do it by boat, or you can walk or bike along the coast and just help keep it clean. That's what Hilton Head is all about. Keeping the island clean to also help preserve it with all of our nature and animals living here. And that's from 3 to 5 at the Shelter Cove Marina. Also on the 17th is Bluffton's movie night in the park, and it will be at the Buck Walter Park Place. No. Buck Walter Place Park. It starts at 6 o'clock. the movie is Super Mario Brothers, which we love.
Yes.
So it's such a fun movie. And they have kids' activities starting at 5. And then on the 18th is movie night on Hilton Head at Shelter Cove Town Center. And their movie is Surf's Up, which I actually looked up because I didn't know what it was. It's an animated mockumentary.
Surf's Up.
Do you remember it? Or
No, I'm just doing a
Surf's
Surf's Up thing. Are you going to go, and you're trying to learn how to surf the waves?
Yes, I'm it's in the works. I'm trying to do the surf camp. So
That'll be just next. She'll be starring in Surf's Up 2.
But it's an animated film, so good for kids. It's a comedy kind of thing. It makes fun of a documentary or something like that. So good thing for the kids. And again, you can bring your own chairs, snacks, whatever you need to watch the movie. On the 19th, Barefoot Sports is hosting the May River Shrimp Fest, part of the Sunset concert series in the Oyster Factory Park in Bluffton. General admission tickets at the door when you get there is $20, or you can buy them online in advance for $16. They'll have live music, food vendors, and beverages for purchase. Although a little confusing because we hear Shrimp Fest, we thought it was going to be like the Hilton Head Shrimp Fest, but I think it's just a concert in the park like they've been doing all summer, and then it just has the name. I don't know, a little confusing.
I don't know. If they have shrimp that would sell me on it, but who knows?
I think there's one food vendor that has seafood, so
that's it.
You can go online and see the food vendors that are there. So, like I said, just a little confusing, but still sounds like a good time. Then on the 20th is Party in the Park at Low Country Celebration Park, and it will be featuring the band Patrick and the Starfish, who we have seen, and they're a lot of fun. Again, just bring your lawn chairs, food trucks, beverages to buy, good time. And as we mentioned on the last podcast, the Beaufort Water Festival is going on until the 21st. They have a ton of stuff. I've seen people putting up on Instagram. It looks like a lot of fun. They have art festivals, there's fireworks, there's parades, there's live music concerts, and you can see the whole list on their website. They have everything that's going on and the times and where it's at. Lastly, it's Christmas in July at the Salty Dog, which is a lot of fun. So from the 22nd to the 28th, they'll have their Christmas decorations up. They'll have Christmas specials. They'll have festive drinks to have there. We went during actual Christmas. They have a lot of decorations. I don't know if they're going to have them all up, but...
Are they going to have Santa?
I don't know. I don't think so.
In the boat?
I don't think so. I think that's just during Christmas because that's kind of a cool thing.
Okay, so going back to last week, what was your favorite new thing that you tried last week?
I have to say it was the Spartina event. That definitely was something new and a lot of fun. And again, obviously, I already talked about it a ton. So how about you? Did you do anything?
Yeah, so the last week or so, I've been here a lot more. Last couple weeks, I've been here a lot more. And in the last week, we as a family are a real estate family. That's been my family's business for a long time. And we've been looking at a lot of properties and evaluating real estate investment deals down here in the Hilton Head, which is what we kind of came down here to do, my family. And so we've been looking at properties all over the island, even off the island. We've been looking in Okatee, all over Beaufort. We've been looking in Bluffton, and we've been looking in Hilton Head Island. We were at Oldfield. We've been in Hampton Hall. We've been looking at condos and different houses in actual Harbor Town. We looked at Folly Beach. We looked at North Forest Beach, and it's been really, really cool to explore different markets in the island and around the island and see different neighborhoods, and just the realization that we have really seen so little. I mean, I know it feels like we've seen a ton and we've experienced a ton, but there's really so much more to explore and go do. Some of these houses in the Harbor Town complex are just incredible. Views over the 18th at at Harbortown Links Golf Course, and then going up to Folly Beach and really like the golf carting and access to the beach there. It's been really, really cool to see. And then, it sounds crazy because I've been to Coligny a million times, but I've really never been up North Forest Beach to go look at any of what's there. And it really reminds me of kind of Bethany almost.
Yeah, I really like the North Forest Beach area. There's tons of different types of houses. You have 2-story huge mansions. You have 1-stories, pools, no pools. And it's really close to Coligny Plaza, but it's quiet. And it's really close to the beach. It's a really cool area. I really like that area.
Yeah, with all the I got real estate agents growing out of my ears right now, but with all the different real estate agents and all the different information that you're gathering, like learning all these new areas and markets has been really fun for me. I know that's very real estate nerdy of me, but it's been really fun, and there's just so much more for us to go do and explore as part of Hilton Head Livin. It's really cool. So as always, we're going to answer the people, and the question we have been getting most often lately is, what indoor activities are there on Hilton Head? So with that, I know a few. The ones that stand out to me would be Indy karting in Bluffton. There's the Zone also in Bluffton. And then there's the bowling alley. It's called what again?
Station 300.
Station 300. Those are kind of the three. The Zone is really cool. It's like a 3-level space there. It's got putt-putt. It's got a American Ninja Warrior like little thing. It's got some laser tag. It's got all kinds of stuff. Really, really cool. It's got like a bull riding, really cool spot there. Then the bowling alley's got the bowling and the video games, and then Indy karting is great for kind of people of all ages. It's got the go-karting is just really, really fun. We did that. It's got video games. It's got axe throwing. Really enjoyed all of that.
Yeah, and then for kids, there's the sandbox, which we have taken our niece and nephew to. They absolutely love it. It's kind of like a little interactive, not exactly a museum, but there's tons of stuff for them for learning and playing at the same time. There's also Adventure Cove has an indoor arcade, which is a lot of fun, a lot of games. We've also taken our nephew there, who absolutely loves it. Might spend a lot of money there, though, but it's worth it. There's also Chronic Golf, which we have been to. A lot of fun. It's good for adults and kids, where you can play tons of different sports. I think it's like 17 or 13 different sports, a lot. But then they also have zombie dodgeball, which is a lot of fun. And they have a lot of carnival games. So it's not just sports. And so that's a lot of fun. There's also the art cafe, which is really good for kids and adults too. I want to do it. It's ceramic painting. So you can pick out, there's a lot of stuff there too of what you can pick out. They also have birds there, little parakeets that the kids can go visit. That's a lot of fun. That's near Coligny Plaza. There's also the outlets, the Tanger outlets, which that's good for both adults and kids. There's the Mermaid of Hilton Head store there, which is a lot of fun for kids. They also have kind of an interactive learning center there too, and lots of books. That's a lot of fun for kids. And then for adults, there's also the Island Winery and the distillery are right across from each other. So that's also fun.
Yeah, and if you're looking for golf, I know that Dolphin Head's now got a TrackMan with a simulator. You can also go to Golf Galaxy. They've got 4 bays there. They've got fittings, so you can go there and play all kinds of games on the TrackMan and simulator, play a bunch of courses, or you can get fitted. Then there's the Hilton Head Golf Shop that's also got one. You can also go to X Golf, which has got some simulator stuff there as well. So plenty of options if you're wanting to go hit a couple golf balls inside because it's 100 degrees and spending 5 hours out there might be a bit much. So you got plenty of options that way as well.
And they'd be good rainy day options too.